Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week live on my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Nikki Starr, and I was doing I like to call it mental masturbation, where I start thinking about the nuances between things that exist on a spectrum. And one of the things that came to me after having some conversations with women who are interested in my Ultimate Woman program, because I'll be launching it October 1st, I noticed there's a difference between people and what they desire in their life and what they're wanting to create and achieve and live and experience. So, what I was noticing is there are some people who exist and they're very content. There's some people who exist and they settle for many different reasons. We'll get into that. There's some people who exist that want more. And then there are others, and they want more and they want more, and it's almost like never enough. And then there are the people who want more, and feel content at the same time. And I feel like this is the goal, wanting more while being content at the same time. So I'm going to go through the many nuances of this spectrum. So let's say if it existed on a spectrum from like good or bad to good, right? Like nothing's really good or bad or right or wrong, but we're going to look at the shadow aspects of it and how it could not be serving you, for example. So let's look at the people who settle. These are people who actually may want more, but they just decide, well, I'm just going to be content, but in their heart or their body or somewhere there's suffering. And the suffering, I feel like with settling comes suffering because a part of you is being squashed. You're not able to live your ultimate potential, your ultimate life. And maybe it's out of fear. Maybe it's out of thinking it's not possible. Maybe there's even some like laziness or resentment or challenges, or maybe just thinking like brainwashing and thinking like, oh, I can't have that. There's no way I could have that. Like only these kind of people have that. And so you end up settling because you think it's not possible for you, even when it could be, right? So this is like the settling camp. Then there's the people who want more, but never feel that they can get it. Or I'm sorry, that they feel like they never actually reach it. Like they keep wanting more and wanting more and wanting more. And I'm trying to decide which ones. I feel like these kind of exist together, like one on top of each other, because with content and with wanting more and never actually fully getting it, if anything, I would put the wanting more and never feeling like you actually get it, even though you do get more and more. This is almost like a scarcity. So I would put it more in the bad or negative category, right? And there are moments where I've existed like this because I am such an overachiever, high achiever, where I'm guilty of having been like, but I want more. But I want more than that, right? And so it's like reminds you of the little kid that's like, okay, here's some candy. And it's like, no, I want more candy. I was like, but you have candy. It's like, yeah, but I want more candy, right? So this can come from a place of scarcity almost, of not feeling like there's ever enough. And this can kind of put you in the rat race and you're like running, and you never seem to be catching up with your dreams. This can lead to burnout. This is why it's a shadow. It's like it can lead to burnout. It can lead to suffering because you never feel like you achieve the thing, even though you do. But there's just more and more and more, and you're never finding that gratitude or that contentment. So that's that person. And I'm curious to know where you think you identify on this scale. So you can always comment and share that. Then we get into the camp of content. This one can also be a little bit of an interesting slippery slope because it's kind of like the person who lives in a bubble. Like imagine that you're like, wow, my life is really great. I have everything I want. It's really good. And some people can fall into this category when they're not suffering. So it's like, as long as I'm not suffering, I'm content, all is good. But the shadow here is you're not opening to a whole other potential that's available and waiting for you. So you may not reach your fullest potential. You may be able to do more good in the world. You may be able to enhance your relationship even more, And if we're thinking of, I always think of everything on a spiritual perspective and a spiritual space. And I feel that we come to this earth as humans to have a spiritual experience, which means for our soul to evolve. So the moment we become content, then it's like you could hinder your growth and then not have as much evolution spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically as you could because you're content and not suffering. So it also has its own little shadow. I believe that the ultimate place to be in is like, I have so many amazing things and I'm so grateful. And if this was all I ever had, I would be so content. And there's more. There's all these goals, there's all these dreams. I want to evolve and expand and ascend into my ultimate self to be the best I could possibly be in this life. I want to leave a legacy. I want to do good for others. So when you are content and want more, it usually means the reason why this is like a positive is one, you continue your spiritual growth and evolution, which is why you came to the planet. Two, you're able to operate in a space of gratitude, which means be grateful for everything you have. And then you expand into abundance because everything is great and I want more. And then generally that's because you're expanding your sphere to beyond your selfish needs. So for example, like my dreams have become so big because I think of all the people I want to reach and help. So that puts my energy field and energetics into a whole other category. And the women and the men that I work with, generally they continue to want more because they expand into this category of not only wanting to grow and evolve themselves spiritually, but also wanting to make an impact in the world. So it is kind of like a next level way of being when you're content plus you want more. And imagine a world where we were all operating from that place. Like we were all super content with what we had, but then we're like, oh my God, wouldn't it be so amazing if we expanded beyond our own selfish frame to see like how we could do good in the world, how we can make the world a better place. And this is really the field I like to play with those people. But really I love to play with all people. When I say play, I mean work with and have in my programs, because the people who are settling, I like to help you to awaken more of your human potential and know that you don't need to settle, that you don't need that stuff. If you're going to expand, it doesn't mean you have to suffer, so you don't need to settle. With the people who are wanting more, wanting more, wanting more, I never feel like they ever get it, even though they do. But there's kind of like this empty, there's like this bottomless pit to fill. I love working with these people. Like I love working with people like you because I can help you to feel that abundance and it's an energetic shift. It's a mindset shift. So there's a cure for that. And then the people who are feeling content, I love to open you up to infinite possibilities and new possibilities beyond your wildest dreams and imagination and activate you into selfless service for the world. And then the people who are content and wanting more, the sky is the limit and you're already in a good place. And I'm so curious and excited for what you'll be able to manifest and achieve with that in living your ultimate life. So with that, I send you all so much love. Know that there are multiple ways to continue to connect with me. I have my ultimate courses. I have the Ultimate Woman program, and the next one is launching October 1st. I also have my one-to-one offers. So lots of goodness in the field. If this spoke to you, comment, share it. If you're not following, subscribe to the channel. I'm Dr. Nikki Starr, and this was another tip in supporting you in living your ultimate life. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.